So if you've been here for a decent amount of time, follow me on whatever platform, you will know that more recently I talk more about allowing and trusting. I talk about it in the sense of like the law of allowing or the law of being, even though law of assumption, law of attraction, law of being, law of allowing, all of it is trying to get you to the same place, which is releasing that control, having faith, trusting more, right? And I wanted to delve a little bit more in this video into different ways this shows up in other manuals of manifestation or the way people talk about manifestation. Just because I know a lot of you will be watching a lot of different people's content or just devouring all the manifestation content that comes across your For You page or your suggested feed on whatever, depending on the platform, right? And so when, say, the law of assumption talks about affirmations, the aim of that is not to control every thought, be on top of every thought, constantly be focusing on what you want, trying to make something happen with every thought and will it into existence. The purpose of, let's just say, affirmations in this instance is to eventually get to the point where saying those feels like a chore. And the reason it usually feels like a chore by that point is because you believe it then to be true enough to stop trying to make it happen anymore, which gets you to the point of controlling less, allowing more, releasing that control, trusting. Law of attraction talks a lot about the feeling, getting yourself into the feeling of being positive all the time. Because when you're enjoying your life, when things feel good, you don't need from that place of desperation as much the things that you want. And you tend to naturally focus less on them and, again, release that control, allow them to happen. This is also how placebos work, right? We know with science, even though science is just a 3D world of trying to explain something that we'll probably never fully understand the mechanisms of. And also we know that about the observer effect, right? So when you're seeing something from a certain perspective, that does affect the results that come up from things like experimenting. Regardless, we don't need to go into that right now. We do know, though, from science that someone taking a drug and someone taking a sugar pill, a placebo, thinking that it could be the drug or have the effects of the drug, can have the same results as taking said drug. So why does that happen? Well, it's because you are allowing yourself then to experience the results that you want from taking the drug. But these things can also be called, I think Bashar calls these things permission slips. Again, some people will call them, who is it? Joe Dispenza will talk a lot about placebos. These are just ways that the character, the human character, avatar, the human self, gives themselves permission or allowance to experience the things that they want. But here's the thing about permission slips and placebos, right? They are conditions to your manifestation. You are creating an unnecessary scenic route to the end goal that you want. It doesn't mean that it's a wrong way to go about it. It doesn't mean if you've done any of those things that you should be upset with yourself about it. If it has been helpful in allowing more, right? Releasing that control, trusting more, allowing your manifestation to happen, getting you to the point of that, then there's nothing wrong with it. You can totally do those things if they feel good to do. If it feels like a chore, if it feels like you're trying to make something happen, including my cheat codes, like I always say, if you're doing them from the place of doing the thing to get the thing, then you're missing the point. What can also help you get to that point is changing your behavior. That can just be a lot more difficult for people when they are anxious because your brain is part of your nervous system. So when your nervous system is out of whack, you will often take action before even stepping back, zooming out, taking a breath and going, am I trying to make something happen right now? But changing your behavior as far as the way you would normally do things, react to things, actually has a regulating effect on the nervous system as well. It just means checking in with yourself when you want to take action and going, why do I want to take this action? Am I trying to make it happen? You can take action from a place of this could be how it comes about, but I'm not attached to it being the way my manifestation happens in the 3D. That's fine. But when you're always just doing things to try and make your manifestation happen, then you are not being you who already has it. You are acting from a place of, it is not here. I am not that already. So, when you feel like you have to have a manifestation routine in order to have what you want, or you have to create a vision board, or you have to affirm, or you have to regulate your nervous system, or you have to feel good all the time. In that instance, feeling good all the time, if you don't feel good all the time, then you don't get to have what you want because you've created the condition that in order to have what you want, you have to feel good all the time. Now, it's not normal to the human experience to feel good all the time. It's just not. We're here to experience a range of emotions. Source energy was just chilling and was like, I want to experience as much as possible. How do I do that? Well, I create different feelings, items, like separate things, separate people. I see and experience everything from all the people that have ever lived and ever will, right? Through their eyes simultaneously. But I need to forget that I'm me, all things, source energy, God, universe, whatever. We know now, if you've watched my content or other people's content that talk about this, or even maybe some videos on science, time is a construct. It is not linear. We experience it in a linear way. So that source, higher self, can experience different things, because if source was experiencing things from it all happening right now, they don't get all the different sensations, feelings, taste, sense, visuals, circumstances, experiences, right? You don't get the full flavor of something, for example, when it's always mixed in with different flavors. If you were seeing everything that ever existed all at once, you're not really getting to savor the sights, the art, the sky, the sunsets, nature, someone's beauty in front of you, right? And all the things that the human self might consider to be not ideal. Source energy doesn't see things as good or bad. Source energy just wants to experience as much as possible, all things. Tangent, tangent, tangent. Before I go any further, hey legends, I'm Cerise. I'm your self-agency mentor, and I help you remember who the fuck you are so you can allow yourself to experience the things you want. So if you do get anything positive out of this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and or subscribe. It just helps push my videos out to more people. And if you'd like to comment down below just to help me with the algorithm, but you don't know what to comment, just put a sparkle emoji. Because we're creating literal real life fucking magic on this channel. All the ways in which I can help you as well are linked below, including my new way of coaching, which is real-time reality checks, which depending on the time zone, I may be asleep in the middle of the night, but other than that, I will be getting back to those of you who sign up for that way of coaching. All the other ways are still available, just FYI, but that way of coaching, it'll be more in real time. As opposed to you having to wait to book a certain time for a half an hour, 45-minute or 1 hour call. If that's something that you think would be beneficial or that you'd like to just look into further, that's all down below. So when something happens and you start to maybe go into default mode of what you might have been taught in the past, whether it was from me, okay, we're evolving, right? I did teach things that I don't talk about as much now unless I'm explaining it like in this video. But you feel the need to script, or you feel the need to affirm on repeat, or you feel the need to stop yourself from feeling something by doing nervous system regulation work, right? Because you're like, I don't want to feel like this. It's not in line with what I want. If you're able to in those moments go, it's okay to think this. It doesn't change the fact that I get to have what I want, that I'm experiencing what I want, that I am who I say I am. It's okay that my thoughts are going off on a spiral right now, because that doesn't change anything. I've already decided who I am and what I get to experience. If you can do that, you'll often find that the spirals or the unfavorable feelings will pass faster. But when you tell yourself you can't have those thoughts and you try to fight them with opposing thoughts to what's coming up for you, right? More positive thoughts, more inline thoughts. When you try to stop yourself from feeling what you're feeling because it doesn't feel good and you're like, I'm trying to be who already has it. And if I had it, I would feel good. So I have to feel good now. When you tell yourself that, you're just manifesting more of those thoughts that you don't want to have, more of those feelings that you don't want to have, or you're pushing them away temporarily to come up at the worst time. Like pushing a beach ball further and further under the surface of the water. The more you do that, the further down you get that ball under the surface of the water, the more it's eventually going to come up with more force than you could have imagined at a time where it, like with so much force that it could knock you out. That's a good analogy, sure. We'll go with it. And another thing that I see my clients do, or what people in live streams have said in the past, is like, oh, I always assign a positive meaning to something. So like when I see something that's happening that is not in line or seemingly not in line with what I want to experience, I tell myself that I am experiencing that right now. That's trying to fix it. Okay. The only meaning that you need to assign to anything, which is the truth, is that it's part of your end goal. So you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to fix it. There is nothing left to do. You have done enough. Choosing is all you need to do. And the easiest way to allow is to trust and chill, right? My 3 churs for my Kiwis out there, because they don't all start with the same letter. So choose, trust, and chill. How, like, what can make that easier for some people? From my experience, my cheat codes really helped me with that when I was actively doing them. But maybe had I heard the information in the way that I share it now, then maybe I wouldn't have needed to or felt the need to do those things. I wouldn't have probably gotten to the point of burnout where I had no choice but to focus on myself, which is where I unintentionally developed what I now call the cheat codes, right? I didn't do those as like, oh, I'm trying to figure out the formula to manifest what I want. I got burnt out because I was trying to control my thoughts all of the time, which is not natural nor necessary. I wasn't trusting what was going on was in my favor, was happening for me and not to me. And I got burnt out. My nervous system burnt out, and I had no choice but to focus on myself and treating myself how I wanted to be treated as far as self-concept, not doing self-concept affirmations, I am affirmations, doing more things just because I enjoyed doing them, feel good things, cheat code, and doing nervous system regulation because my nervous system by that point was shot, right? Those things helped me release control and trust more going forward. But what really forced me to release the control and trust more was getting to the point of burnout. Was my higher self going, okay, like what else can I do to make you release the control and trust more? And again, it's not your higher self punishing you. To your higher self, everything is neutral. They don't see good or bad, right? Personifying it to make it the idea of your higher self easier to land, even though your higher self is just source energy. Meeting you at whatever you have decided you are, right? I've talked about the puzzle piece. You choose what puzzle piece you are. And then in order for there to be a full picture at the end of the puzzle, so all the energy around you needs to configure to fit the puzzle piece you have decided you are, whether that's on a subconscious level or consciously. I'm going off on a tangent here. But if you're newly wanting to manifest something, what you could do before you get to the point of burnout or fuck that shit or whatever it might be, is to just check in with yourself. Why am I about to do this? Am I trying to make it happen? Okay, well, I'm just not going to do that. And what can I do instead? As opposed to sitting at home, crying, rocking back and forth in the fetal position. Will doing that stop your manifestation? No. But does it sound like a nice thing to be experiencing in the meantime? No. And if you know who you are, source energy, God, higher self, universe, do you think your higher self would be doing that? Fuck no. Your higher self would be like, it doesn't matter, got nothing to worry about. Everything's happening in my favor. I know I'm God. I am all things. So I don't need to worry about what, like, also, your higher self doesn't see good or bad. Again, anyway, I don't want to confuse you further, so we're going to leave that there. If you liked this video and you'd like to watch another video talking more about how your higher self tries to get you to release control and trust more, I will put that somewhere on the screen for you to watch after this. See you in that one.